Dark Dragon charged first. When he charged, Legendary Destroyer just grabbed him by the throat and slammed him on the ground, pinning him down on the ground almost immediately. Storm Ultima's eyes were widened and his mouth dropped. He had no idea that Legendary Destroyer was this powerful. Dark Dragon was now unconscious, but Legendary Destroyer grabbed him by the throat and started choking him. It wasn't until Sir Burning Gutsel fired his atomic breath, managing to get Legendary Destroyer to at least let go of Dark Dragon. Storm Ultima growled, getting angry that someone was hurting one of his friends. With a mighty roar, he charged right at him, but Legendary Destroyer grabbed Dark Dragon again, but this time he just threw him at Storm Ultima. It scratched him, biting, ripping a chunk of flesh off of him. He kicked Dark Dragon's unconscious body aside. Storm Ultima, with a severe wound on his side, he fired his atomic breath, but it did no damage. Legendary Destroyer was indeed a destroyer that was more different than all the others combined. Besides, there was only two. There was obviously Heisei, and of course Super Destroyer 2021, which was Super Burning Gutsel's enemy. Super Burning Gutsel and Space Final Wars joined. Space Final Wars, using his Space Gutsel powers, he flew up to the air and charged right at him. But Legendary Destroyer, using his fist, he just punched him right out of the sky. Space Finals crashed to the ground almost immediately. Sir Burning Gutsel grabbed his tail and started dragging him away from his friends. However, Super Destroyer 2021, Legendary Destroyer, using his tail, he grabbed Super Burning Gutsel, slammed him on the ground multiple times. King of the 2003 and Scylla 2000 joined in the fight as well. King of the 2003, using his three heads, he bit Legendary Destroyer at many different spots. His body, his arm, wing, and neck. This seemed to get him distracted for a bit. Scylla 2000, using his intelligence, he started digging an underground burrow underground. And then when he was done, and the ground collapsed underneath Super Destroyer 20, Legendary Destroyer. Legendary Destroyer obviously fell to the ground. Ziltaz climbed back out. With everyone all back and reunited, they all fired their beams. At once, hoping that they can do some damage to it at least. But of course, knowing this destroyer, it did not work. He fired his own beam back, severely injuring the others. And when he climbed back out of the ground, he found the nearest person and started to scratch and bite the living crap out of them. The nearest person was Ziltausen. Using his sharp claws, He stabbed Ziltausen. Ziltausen roared out in pain. He looked at Legendary Destroyer in the eyes and growled. And Legendary Destroyer growled back. Storm Ultima tried to help his friend, but Legendary Destroyer used his tail and slapped him. Storm Ultima eventually ended up crashing to a nearby building. Zildshausen glared at Legendary Destroyer. Legendary Destroyer glared back. He sighed and said, "I'll give you a chance. You guys can either bow down to me, and I may consider on sparing your lives. But if you refuse, then I will kill you." So, what did you... And before he could continue, a weird vine wrapped around his face. He looked and saw a weird rose plant thing. It was obviously not Biollante, because it still looked more like a rose. But it looked a little bigger than Biollante. Legendary Destroyer grabbed the vine and ripped it out from his... and yanked the thing out of his face. He roared at the vine, the weird rose thing, and it roared back. But after seeing something in the distance, it just retreated.